Adrian Kelly, Unit 15, assignment 4. Connor, I saw that you fell out awkwardly on your ankle. Could you tell what happened, please?
I jumped up to catch a rebound and I fell awkwardly on my ankle.
On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the least painful, 5 being the most painful, how painful is the injury?
4.
Right, I'm just gonna have a look to see if I can see any damage.
Okay.
I can see some swelling around the ankle and it looks red and inflamed. Am I okay to touch it?
Yes.
This side seems okay, and is that painful?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems swollen and it's quite warm, so it's quite inflamed.
Yeah.
So. Right, can you just move your foot in these 4 different directions just so I can see your range of movement, please?
Okay.
Can you just move it upwards, and now that way, outwards, and now down, and now towards me. Right, see that's very painful, so I can see that the injury is definitely on the outside of the ankle. I'm going to do the 4 range of movements on your ankle just to see how far I can move it. I'm going to do it dorsal, which is up, and now inversion, plantar, and eversion. Is that very painful?
Yeah.
Right, now I just want to test the strength of your ankle. So can you push your foot against my hand? Okay, that's good. And now this way, and this way, and now this way. Right, I can see that your strength's very weak on the outside of your ankle. So now you've definitely suffered from a grade 2 ankle sprain because it's very weak and it seems like you've torn a few ligaments in your ankle. So I want you to perform the RICE procedure, which is rest, ice, compression and elevation. First of all, I want you to rest your ankle for at least 24 to 48 hours, which means no weight on it, no anything against it whatsoever. And this will help reduce any further injury to the ankle and it'll speed up the recovery quickly. And then I want you to ice it, which can be done by using ice. If you've not got any ice, you can use frozen food products, for example, garden peas and stuff like that. And compression, you're going to have to watch this closely because I want you to keep your ankle nice and compressed, which will also help reduce swelling. I want you to start from the bottom. Can you just bring your foot there, please? I want you to start from the bottom of your foot. I want you to wrap it round. I want you to come across the top and wrap it across the ankle joint. Is that not too tight? You're going to do this in a figure of 8 motion. So I'm just going to keep going round. You're going to have to watch this closely because you're going to have to do this when you get a shower. You're going to have to take this off and place it back onto the joint. At the end, I just want you to tuck it in like that. Okay. Then I want you to keep it elevated above your heart for as long as possible, which will also help reduce the blood flow to your ankle, which will also help reduce swelling. There's also other treatments you can use to help speed up the recovery. There's your cryotherapy, which is using your ice to reduce the swelling, and you've also got your joint mobilisation, which is moving your ankle basically to keep to make sure the stiffness doesn't occur. You can do this by moving it into the 4 directions, which I showed you before. Your plantar, up, down, left, right. You can also write the alphabet with your foot, which will also help reduce stiffness. You can also use your remedial massage, which is a painful massage, which will be deep into the tissue, which will help reduce the swelling and will also help speed up your recovery. There's your ultrasound, which is sending vibrations into the ankle muscle, which will break down the scar tissue. And there's also deep water running, which is basically go to your local swim baths, use some sort of flotation device and just run it in, just jog in the water. Is that okay?
Yeah.